My name is Arturo Giamuniani and I'm the president of Argent Homes.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Modern Homes podcast. Today I'm here with Eddie. Eddie, thank you for joining us. I appreciate you coming here. Let's Talk Modern Homes is brought to you by Argent Homes. It's going to be on Spotify, Facebook Live, every Thursday at 2 p.m. We are here at this beautiful house that just got done being built by the one and only Argent Homes. Eddie, tell me a little bit about how you feel sitting here in this house after we completed it. I know it's been a long road to get to a final day. We got actually final inspection today. But today is the day that we're going to be done with the house.
Today's the day we are going to officially say we are done.
Yes.
When that door closes today at 5:30, 6:30, 7:30,
maybe
we didn't know what time. But when it closes today, we are done. We are officially done.
It's a great feeling. It's a mixture of, it's emotional because obviously we have been working on this house for a while. We have a lot of emotional investment in it that we have done over the years, and now it's coming to be separating from it.
It's like a flower, you know. You keep watering and watering, and you get no flower out of your plant. And finally, boom! There you go, it blossoms. Yeah. So, I mean, it's been. I know I've been with Argent Homes for a short period of time, but it's been amazing road these past few months working with specifically these projects. But I think this house was knocked out of the park. I think the design, the modern, you know, what Argent Home stands for really comes out here. I mean, everything from windows to, you know, the design of trying to get all the natural light captured inside the house. And
well, let's talk about that with the design when we first got the property. So obviously when we purchase land and we purchase properties that we're going to develop, we take a lot of effort into it.
Oh, yeah.
So, for example, this one is in a great neighborhood in St. Petersburg and Snell Isles. So when we studied the area, we drive by, we see there is golf courses, yacht club, restaurants. A lot of these are within the community.
Oh,
the community is very nice. And then we do our studies as far as geotechnicals, make sure the soil is good.
Everything from population to venues or things for potential homeowners to do. I mean, you take Snell Island, which is a very sought after place to live in for you know, it's what you call like a niche place. I mean, you're talking about population here about 2,300 just in Snell Island. It's a big wow effect. You know, it's almost like its own community. You know, like you go to some of these other communities around the area in Tampa, and you've got 4,000 people living in a community. You've got about an average 2,300 people here, plus or minus. You know, so it's you know, you do something here, it needs to have an impact.
Yes.
And I think Argent Homes went above and beyond. I mean, even when we take the liberty, when we have the time to ask some of our neighbors, I mean, they stop and look at the house and are like, wow, like we didn't think this was what it was going to look like. You know, and who better to ask than the people that we have been, you know, enemies with one day, we've been great with another, because it's just how the system works, you know. But they're super happy. They're happy that.
I was just talking to one of them this morning. I invited him and his wife to come and check out the house.
Nice.
He's excited, so they're gonna stop by today.
Oh, that's fantastic. You know, it's not just about building a modern home or getting the project done, but it's also the weight that's lifted off your shoulders. You know, you got everybody from subs to your site supers. I mean, everybody. I think the last 2-3 weeks, I think between the two of us, we drove maybe everybody crazy.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it's part of the game, you know. And it the way I look at it is, you know, Argent Homes has a unique thing going on. You know, we as a company, you know, there's a vision. And I think here, you know, not only did we satisfy that vision, but I think we just went above.
Well, the vision in here started a long time ago. You know, there's a lot of vision that was in the design. The process, the design process. We even thought about, okay, how the sun is coming, where it's setting, where it's all the windows, what are you looking at? So when you're in the kitchen, you have a view of the backyard, you have beautiful trees, you have a peak of the pool, but also it's an open space, open floor plan that you can have your kids in front of you
100%
playing,
100%.
You can be cooking, and it's just a family home,
100%.
modern house, and it has a lot of details that we have done, and you can see in that and
just looking at us behind us. I mean, everything from the natural wood color to leather countertops. You know, I know our viewers can't really see the detail, but it's just it's just the passion, not just the build.
I think that comes also with some challenges. So obviously there's a lot of challenges developing a house like this from day one. So when you're bringing a whole team basically from design perspective and trying to inject your vision into them, right? So you got architects, you got interior designers, you got MEPs, you got structural engineers, and the design needs to be rounded around every single person.
Not just rounded, but you bring out good points. You have 6 different other parties involved.
Yeah.
What do they have? 6 different visions,
different opinions.
But different opinions. But at Argent Homes, we have our modern home vision. But as we do our designs and we see things coming about, we as a builder, we adjust and we change, and we may modify certain things in the building process as we're building, only so that we can continue to keep up with what our determination, or what the true determination of modern homes is. So, where maybe we did a design and we wanted to add, say, 5 in-ceiling speakers.
Yeah.
But now we say, what?
30.
Now we have 30.
Yeah.
But it's in order to keep up with that, you not can't just be here and have a mental mind of just building, but you also, once you leave home, your mind doesn't shut off. Because perfect example, we're constantly sending each other small little videos that say, hey, this looks pretty cool for us to introduce into our modern builds. And it's just another thing of, I'd say, the evolution of construction.
Well, the evolution of this house, when we first bought the land, or were thinking about buying the land, we were going to build a smaller house, about 3,000 to 3,500 square feet. Over time, this house grew. By the time we purchased the land and actually did the plans and the final design, it almost doubled in size. But that was also looking at the market. Correct. Looking at the market, looking what's going on, looking what people do want in this neighborhood.
Correct.
And then we adapted.
Correct. And again, I go back to, that's just a lot of studies and a lot of homework. So you feel like you're back in school, but you have to, because, in order for us to stay on top and building these amazing homes, clean lines and all that, everything, you come in here and it's floor to ceiling glass. You have to adjust. You adjust with the market, like you said. You adjust with the neighborhood. Even sometimes when people are driving by, oh, that house will look so cool with this and this and that, and you take that in consideration, and you're like, whoa, you know what? That's a good point. Say, for instance, I know the viewers can't see it, but even when we decide to do our greenery, we're very specific to what we want to put. Why? Because it's a modern home. So you want to give that cozy feeling for a potential buyer or the homeowner. But you also want to make sure you stay within that modern. You don't want a full colorful house outside, and then you come in here and everything is more of a neutral base color, because really that's what the modern style is, more of a neutral color. And I think we went above and beyond that. I mean, I think we've used every single feature in here controls what modern build is.
Correct.
I mean, 100%. You know, everything from ideas from you.
Like we got light control system, Vantage. We got control for speakers, hidden speakers. We got.
I mean, I was blown away.
Yeah,
when you
iPads
first
around
turned
the
it on.
house you can turn on. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that is cool, but also everything that is done, which you're seeing the cherry on the top now. There was a lot of challenges.
Oh man!
In getting to this point.
Of course.
And I obviously want to do in this podcast. I want to talk about challenges that we face as a builder from different perspective. One, obviously, we have material. And especially when COVID happened and everything, where we got hit by delays over delays, price increases, subs not working out very well. So there's a lot of challenges that we overcame to get to this point.
Major challenges. It's like playing baseball and you're going up against say Nolan Ryan, fantastic pitcher. You don't know if he's going to throw a fastball or a curveball or a sinker or a slider. You don't know.
You just got to be ready.
And you just got to be, you're the catcher. You just got to be ready to catch the ball, no matter where it goes, no matter what direction it is. And that's something I think we did here. We accomplished. Like you mentioned, you know, with every good, there's bad. Yeah. And I don't think there's been I don't think in this house there was a week that we went by where we're not saying like, oh my God, what's going on? And, you know, because it happens. But, you know, those are the things that, as builders, we have to adjust and adjust quick. Because if you don't adjust quick, that subtle change order from a sub that turns from like $400, $500, $600 turns into $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 now. Correct. Because you know one slowdown throws the whole budget away, or the schedule. Yeah. So you know, I think the schedule is key when we're doing these things, and I know there was just a bunch of hurdles. I mean, we were. But
that's what I like about construction. So like, it's not a boring thing. You know, like when you're building stuff like this, it's never a dull moment. It's always challenges. You wake up in the morning and then you barely go out, go sleep at night. Man. You know, you're always thinking about it. There's none off 2 hours. You know. I mean, I think keeps you on your toes.
100%. I mean, we've come here even ourselves at times and said, you know what, we'll take care of it.
And that's what you got to do.
And you have to adjust, because we can't fault the subs, you know, because we also understand that, you know, we're not their only client, or we're not the only builder that they're working for, but we need to make executive decisions. We need to make on-site decisions, because if we don't, then it just delays the process.
Correct. You know, I mean, like, look at today, like when we get the final inspection today. So the inspector will walk in. Maybe he says something needs to be fixed. We're taking the jackets off.
Oh no, I'm ready. I got my work boots inside the truck. I got my other jeans. But exactly.
But that's,
you got to roll with the punches. Yeah, you got to roll with the punches. I mean, I think that's what kind of set this. That's what set this particular house apart.
I think because we're so involved as well. I think there is a difference between not being involved in construction and being in the office, sitting in the office, not really.
Well, I look at it
here. We breathe the project.
Correct. It's like not just being a manager.
Involved. No,
it's also you coming in here and one day you're a site super. One day you're the owner. One day you're a painter. One day you're in here on your knees scrubbing over access grout, or sending one of your guys, hey, go to Home Depot and pick up some acid for an acid wash or something. Mm-hmm. But those are the things that, as we're here, we're doing. You know, and it's those key things that eat up your time. I mean, perfect example. We were here the other day, and I think me and you spoke. After running around, you, myself, our site super, Christian, we were just all over the place. I finally turned around, looked at my clock, and looked at you. I said, "It's 4 o'clock already. Where the hell did the time go?" It's like wow. But you know, again, with every positive thing, there's negative.
But I think that's what makes the house as detailed as it is actually these last 2 weeks when you spend so much time nitpicking stuff.
Oh man.
Now obviously whole house 18 months later, being built. It's a big house, but there's always these last 2 weeks where
it's crucial.
crucial and you're touching up and doing little details that people will not pay attention to. And I was like, oh, it's not a big deal. But no, it is a huge deal.
It is a very big deal, because not just that, but the last 2 weeks you look at the time and like, oh my God, it's Wednesday already and I still got this to do. Oh my God, it's Thursday and I still got this to do. I'm like, oh my God, now it's Monday.
Yeah.
So you're not only are you here to try to make sure that you knock out all the stuff you need to do, but time is flying.
Yeah, because also you got now you got staging companies coming and staging. You got artwork going on the walls.
Oh,
you got flowers.
You got flowers. We got a working coffee machine that.
By the way, the coffee machine is the best thing ever.
Oh man, I can.
That's the only reason I come here. By the way,
I think I opened the door and I smell. I was gonna say, is that Folgers in your cup? But then again, you know, I don't know.
Dark bean coffee, it's the best. No, but like again, so we take the plans and we go from design plans, and that's our first milestone, right? That's where like, hey, listen, guys, we got the
first
permit,
hurdle.
you know, which is to get the permit to begin with. It's a lot of work, right? Especially when you're doing one-of-one houses. So we don't have these models and we're just putting them in the printer and doing.
No.
So this is complete design from scratch.
Everything.
Then you got to go to city. City is a little tough. We love them.
Oh no, we love the city, but
they're a little tough, you know.
But it is funny though when you see some of the inspectors come in and they look at the stuff and they get that wow effect. It's like taking a little kid to a candy store, or to like take a little kid. When I was a younger kid, you know, I'm only 27, you know, but I'm exaggerating a little bit. But back in, you know, like when my parents took me, say, Toys R Us, I'm like, wow, like, you know, and it's kind of cool, you know, as an adult to see another adult be like, oh my God, what is that?
They're so impressed.
Like everything here will start on everything from, like you said, like our control force system, our in-wall hidden, you can't even tell. I mean, I know the viewers can't see it, but in-wall hidden speakers that you basically mud completely over, you can't see them.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can see them, we would have a problem. But these ceilings are perfect, meaning you can't see nothing. No. You know, elevator, you know, takes you from the garage to the first floor. I'll take the elevator every day if I could. I'm not that lazy, but you know, up the stairs is a good exercise. But those are key features.
Yes, and obviously when you say the city inspector come here, these are obviously experts in their fields, right? So they know electrical, they know plumbing, they know X, Y, and Z. And when they're impressed by it, you know you're doing a great job.
Oh man, I think the our plumbing inspector thing yesterday when we turned on in our primary, we turned on the tub filler. He's looking down, and I was getting ready to laugh because I already know where the water's coming from. But he's looking around, and he goes, "But where's the filler?" I said, "Don't worry about it. It's coming." And you hit the button, all of a sudden, the water just drops from the ceiling. I mean, like I know we did a little tweaking, like everything we do, and a little programming. But once it's done, I mean that the beam of water that came down, I was in like, I want that. I think I told you when we left, I need to know exactly what the part number is because I need to go put that in my house. But those are...
It's funny because like then you get these inspectors, you know, they're super happy, they like your product, but also they appreciate the craftsmanship that we're putting in these houses. You know?
Oh yeah, I don't think there's been one inspector that has not left here and literally said, "Wow, you guys are doing an amazing job." I think the inspector yesterday must have said amazing to us 10 times.
Yeah, but then we get the permit. Permit is issued. Obviously, that's a celebration right there. Bought us champagne. You know, we got it. Finally, let's move. Let's break ground. Obviously, I like the design work and I like being in the office, but I also like being on the field, right? So, and I'm sure it's the same for you. It's a mix, you know. I don't want to be looking at paperwork and blueprints all day without breaking ground. So when we break ground, start digging the footers, start getting these, getting the steel in, you know.
All the underground plumbing, all our first phase roughing. So, you know, a lot of our users, you guys may not be too knowledge in construction, but there is a lot that goes into. I mean, there's stage after stage after stage after stage. I mean, like you said earlier.
What is your favorite? Like in
my construction stage, I like the rough-in stage.
the roughing?
Yeah.
I like the structure.
Okay.
I like the block frame roof.
Okay. I like the rough-in because I know what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
And once I see the rough-in, I can already mentally visualize, oh my God, that water's going to be coming out of there. We're going to have a pot filler there. We're going to have amazing 10, 11 piece master bathroom shower assembly. Like I can picture it. Why? Because I see it.
Yeah.
And that not just rough-in for plumbing, but I also I just like the rough-in stage, period.
Yeah.
I like to see the mechanical, like the HVAC go up in the ceiling.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
What gives you hope that we're
God, my goodness. Yeah. Sometimes I actually look for those things and I wait for it to be problems. Because I like to accept the challenge, like a little kid. I want to walk around with that button that from Staples, that red button, that you hit that button. I don't remember what it says, but challenge accepted. I'll accept the challenge because it makes the day go by. It makes the days go by faster. But not only that, but then you're putting in your sweat, your blood. I mean, I've got missing skin everywhere, but you're getting involved with the build, so it almost becomes like personal. So if you're here 6 hours, fine. 7 hours, fine. 8 hours, to me it doesn't matter.
Talking about personal, I think each one of these houses, you have a personal thing with the house, a personal connection. You spend so much time. Obviously this is one of the houses that we're doing other than the other 10 we have under construction, plus the other 10 we have in design and
don't remind me. I'm trying not to lose my hair. No pun intended, but you know.
By the time you're 29,
by the time I'm 29, I might lose my hair. But
but in a way, going back to it, when we're doing the structure, then we go into the rough-in, and it's funny that you say you start visualizing stuff. I tell people like all the time, like I can render stuff in my brain, and they're like, "What do you mean?"
I'm the same way.
Like we put it in CAD, we put it things, and I just click a button in my brain and start rendering it, and I can change the colors and I can change stuff, and people look at me weird, but
I do it all the time. It's like when I go certain places, like even when I go, for instance, I go look at other houses from the outside. I'm like, oh, that looks good, but then I'm picturing it. What would it have looked if we did this, and I can literally put the whole house together in my head. I'm like, I don't like how that's gonna look.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's hard to show somebody else because they don't. Not that they may have that design mental state, but it is a little tough for people to see a final product.
That's why we do renderings and visual aids for our clientele.
Correct.
When we first start doing the plans, then we do renderings, and then they can see it.
Correct.
They can visualize it. But from a different perspective and moving forward into the design stage, I think when we start putting drywall, that's when you start seeing the house getting tied in.
Of course.
And you start painting, and then you were like, okay, we're getting close.
You start, you put in drywall, you start painting, then the natural light starts to help you inside to really see all your different textures and all your different, your floor tiles or your tops. You start to see everything kind of start coming together as far as, using natural light, and you're like, wow, that looks fantastic, but I want to change it. I want more of a wall effect. So, we have the ability to do that.
Well, because we're not a corporation, and that's what I like about this company.
Correct.
I mean, there's really a handful of us that can make a decision. We don't need to be submitting approvals upon approvals, and then by
design approval,
month 16th, you get a sign off from the CEO. And here we can hey Art, can you?
Hey, I'm waiting for your approval. It's only been day number 5. That doesn't happen.
But it's very interactive and it's very quick, and that's what I think we can exceed and build and move with vision, because we can make stuff quick. We can move it.
We make decisions on the fly pretty much. We don't have to sit there, wait, and lose time. But another thing that maybe some of the viewers don't know is that, you know, a house of this magnitude, say what, 6,700 square feet plus or minus, you know, in an 18-month build, that's kind of fast for a spec home build.
Well, this is a spec home, but it's kind of custom because it's one of one.
Correct. Which is even more amazing to have something of this size to be completed in 18 months, where, you know, maybe some other builders are building, you know, the same style house and it's taking them a year, you know.
Well,
who knows?
Yeah, but obviously when you're comparing stuff like in here, all this right here behind you is custom made.
Correct.
So there's not one piece in here that was not custom cut, custom made. So these things take time, planning. They take sign-offs. They take a lot of things. Like even these little lights are integrated into the cabinet. I mean, these are amazing.
Take the cabinets, for example. This finishes on these doors, you know.
Oh, this is stain, and to get this color, it was a mix of 5 different stains to get to that. You know, obviously the designer Martha from you know, she did an amazing job with the color. You know, and then obviously the cabinetry. It's just an amazing piece of art.
I mean, it literally, even with the lighting, I mean, I know that our viewers can't really see, but even lighting in here, just behind the cabinets, like,
which we'll do also a tour of the house that's going to show different details, different things that is in the house, that is going to be a thorough
that'll be
tour.
Fantastic. I think the viewers are see the difference between the two, and they're gonna be like, wow, they'll really start to understand it. But it's like you said, you know, every home is gonna have its issues. Every home is gonna have
challenges. I don't even call it issues. It's just like challenges, and it comes and you knock it out, and then
onto the next problem or issue if it arises. Then we're here to do what we need to do,
and it's awesome. So again, I enjoy these talks and I enjoy these podcasts when we sit down and talk about them, because usually we're just going at it, and this gives us a moment to like sit back and then
realize
talk and then realize, and
this is great. Like, this is positive what we're doing.
Yeah, but also you can have a little bit of time to reflect. Sometimes we're so busy and we're go after it, then we don't realize that we're doing these amazing projects, these amazing, and that's why I like inviting people over. When the more people you invite, and
they become opinionated, and you look for that.
Correct. And we invite realtors, we invite CEOs, we invite different friends in business that buy real estate.
Correct.
Marketing companies. They enjoy these houses.
Not just that, but we take all the positive and negative. But I don't think feedback's feedback. To me, positive feedback is great, but sometimes I look to see if there's anything that they say negative, because it gives us the opportunity for our next home build to improve it.
Yeah.
You know, I can't say that I've heard a negative feedback here, but then again, you know, we don't know. I don't want people they may think they're going to hurt. I think, no, listen, we take all feedback, positive and negative, because it's what makes Argent Homes who we are. You know, it's just, that's how it is. You know, you can't be mad.
I think there's like a lot of good people around us that they wouldn't like us. You know, they're like, when you have good friends that they come in and be like, oh, look, like, there's a little touch up in here. I'm like, oh yeah, great, thank you. Blue tape it or do something.
I mean, even when some of the other subs come in and say, hey, I don't want to talk about the other subs or whatever, but I think that's a little, and I'll take it, because we're just one person.
Yeah, we're helping
one person, so we're helping each other.
Yeah, so even our network of subs, and they've been amazing. They did a great job in this house, putting together, because they feel involved in the project. So they're not just doing here to do their job and leave. They're looking after the house. They're looking after the project. You know,
it's great.
It's an amazing feeling to have that family of subs and business partners with you.
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, I think, you know, it helps makes our decisions here a lot easier.
Correct.
You know, we've got subs that we can say, hey, I kind of don't like the faucet. It's a little bit not centered, and you and I have the same vision. I mean, reflecting on what we were saying with the subs, it's great. It's a great feeling. It's a
you have a network of a really good team. Now, what I would like to do is I would like to thank you. I would like to thank all your efforts. I would like to thank all our team that actually was here every single day, working really hard, putting a lot of effort. There's a lot of people that are behind the scene, that are not in the front of the camera. Trust me, they do a great job. They are the backbone of the company.
100%.
Yeah, I appreciate you being on the podcast.
I don't have no problem being on it. I enjoy being on it, but I cannot take any credit for it, as much as I would love to take credit for it. But this is definitely, a site super. You putting in your advice on some of the designs. The office. Taking care of invoices coming in from subs, because like I said, people just don't understand. It's not just dealing with subs here, but it's also when invoices roll in.
No, price increases. So, there's a lot of stuff that goes behind the scene, and hopefully one day we can have a behind the scene podcast and do some stuff like that.
That would be fantastic. It's good.
Which we will. Eventually.
Yeah, we will. I think doing the podcast, how we're doing it weekly, is fantastic. I think it'll help all the viewers really get an understanding of what the true definition of modern is. But not just that, but also understand it's not easy.
No.
It's not like you can, this ain't for everybody.
No.
I mean, it's just not.
Well, that's why we like it. I think that's the challenge that we like. Well, I think we're very similar in a way that if it gets boring, I'm not interested in it anymore.
Correct.
So if it keeps challenging me, I'm going to go harder at it.
I'm going to look for that button. I'm going to walk around with that button. I'm going to say challenge accepted. Challenge accepted. I get tired of hearing me hit the button, but I'm going to hit the button, because I love it. Yeah. I mean, I love it. And again, the passion, everybody, the whole team has the same vision. And sometimes that's hard to achieve when you have a huge team.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's a lot more achievable when we have a smaller team.
Correct.
Because then we can all pinpoint and be on the same page. And hey, Leif, what do you think about this? Oh, I kind of don't like. All right, cool. What do you think we should do? And amongst all of us, it's not just an executive office decision, but we'll even say to the site super or whoever comes in, hey, what do you think about this? So that's what, to me, it makes it even more of a wow effect. That's my personal feeling to the project, where I think it's fantastic how good of a team we have to help us achieve this. This is not a one-man show.
No, it's not.
This is by far not a one-man show.
Well, thank you again for coming. I appreciate everybody and all our viewers. Again, let's talk modern homes every Thursday at 2 p.m. Thank you.
Everybody have a good one. Enjoy, and I hope you enjoyed the podcast.